Hello, welcome to Sunday, everyone. I know I was really hype on Friday and I talked about getting ready for the Sunday, so that's what I did. I put my stuff together, organized my week, and here we go. It is a shortened week because of Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys are having wonderful plans for Thanksgiving. I'm not really sure what mine are just yet, but I am hopeful. I know it's a little later on the East Coast, so I'm just going to go ahead. If you do catch the replay, put hashtag replay, and I would be glad to converse with you through the text. So the topic today is emotions and how to deal with emotions. And so as I'm opening up about my experience, I would like to share with you something that one of my first mentors noticed about me. So I shared much of my story with her, my growth experience and where I was. And at the time, I think I was maybe 22. I was quite young still, 22. And so I told her about what I was dealing with and what I was feeling. And I said I was having these really, really intense emotions. And I would get really, really happy, and then I would get extremely sad. And I didn't know why. I didn't understand why I was so sensitive. And so I knew I was a sensitive child, but I didn't understand why I was, reacting this way. I was 22 years old. Come on, get it together, right? And so that was what I was telling myself. So I was being really hard on myself and, that whole bandwagon thing. And what she explained to me is like, Melissa, you have a roller coaster going on right now. So you are going from way down below and you're going up the roller coaster and up and up and up, and you're getting excited, and then you have a little bit and you're super excited, and then zoom right down. And then it goes up a little bit and maybe not as high as before, but then it goes zoom right down again. She said, eventually you will no longer be a roller coaster. And I was glad to hear that. Because what she meant was your roller coaster, instead of going way high and way low and those dips and those never knowing what a day is going to bring, eventually you're going to be able to digress and get to a more normalcy where it's more like this, okay? Because life is not predictable. Life is not something that we know is going to happen. The messages that we're going to get, the way it's going to go, the things that are going to happen, you just don't always know. However, there's a place you can get where you are more kept in your emotion, in your emotional well-being, when you allow those things to move. So I want to share with you also something that happened to me when I went to a retreat. I went to a retreat in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you don't know Lancaster, Pennsylvania, there is some farming out there. It is very spread out. I have some friends that work out there as teachers and principals, but I was there for a relaxing time. So a friend of mine was running this retreat, and he had brought in a bunch of different people to speak to the group that was there. So I met a bunch of wonderful people. And one of the women was there. She's very intuitive. And so she said, I'm just going to go around to each group and I'm going to see what's going on with your conversations. So when she got to my group, she said, everyone close their eyes. And so we all were sitting in a circle. It was maybe 4 of us. And she said, close your eyes, and I really want you to just think of something, that you really want to be focused on, like a prayer or a meditation or something like that, right? Just think about, why did you come here? Like, what are you looking for? So for me at the time, I was the roller coaster. So I was just looking for some answers. Maybe she could help me out and tell me this would help. This might help, So I closed my eyes. And when my eyes were closed, I know the lights were on, but like this really, really bright, shiny light came through right here, okay, above my eyelashes. And I was like, this is interesting. And all I saw was palm trees. And I was like, this is so interesting. Why am I seeing palm trees? And I felt really, really good. I felt really at peace. I didn't feel any I wasn't extremely excited. And I also wasn't extremely sad. I was just in the moment, right? I was just there. And so she said, Melissa, what's your middle name? This woman didn't know me from anything. I said, Ray. And she said, like rays of sunshine. And I was like, yeah. I mean, it's spelled R-A-E, but like, I get it. She's like, I could see it. I could see it right now. I'm like, how did you know that was my middle name? And she's like, you're shining, you know? And I was like appalled because I was like, lady, if you knew the mess that I was going through in my life right now, in my head, in my emotional well-being, you wouldn't, you know what I mean? But that was so good because this being told by different people about the ray, about the sunshine, about the radiate, about all this thing continued to happen to me. So I started to really trust and believe like, oh, maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's a truth in this, right? So then my next question, I mean, I left, I moved on, right? Not 22 anymore. And I still had this question of, well, what do you do when you feel such strong negative emotions around, you know, a loss or a tragedy or something that's come up that's triggered you from your past? Like, what do you do, you know? And one of the best things that I have learned is not to allow yourself to go up and down and woo and all over the place, right? But rather just sit and feel what you're feeling and not attaching anything to it. Nothing more than, you know what? I just need to feel this. Like I need to feel. I don't need to question why. I don't need to know who. I don't need to know when. And a lot of those things are always like brain questions that our brain does to protect us. Honestly, our brain is always trying to protect us, no matter if we're being chased by a lion or if we're taking a test. Our brain is telling us the same thing. Warning, warning, be careful, do the right thing. And so it's just really freeing. And I hope that this is impacting someone and it'll help you as well, is being able to come into a container of people where you can all kind of share, you know what, I've struggled with this, I've dealt with that, I've experienced this, I've looked at it this way. And then being able to, like we talked about the other day, reframing, and then also like owning this is the truth of what I'm going through. You know, I experienced this, I feel that. Allowing yourself to feel it, crying, journaling, dancing, running, singing, a variety of modalities to somatically release from your body. And then also that's helping your own mental well-being. And you're being able to trust yourself. Like, I got this. You do have this. I think that is just such a missing piece in so many areas of our lives. Is we have this thing that we think is gonna just never go away. It's just always gonna be there. It's such a bother. How do we just let go? Blah, 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 you know? But maybe you don't have to let it go. Maybe you just need to let it sit, feel it, and then it'll go by itself. Because nothing stays forever. Nothing does. Nothing. Okay, life is meant to be experienced and moved throughout and lived and loved and felt and all that. And yes, I am wearing a sweatshirt because even though I'm inside, I'm still cold. It was 27 degrees this morning and I was still cold. Getting used to the weather, getting used to it. I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow. I'm in Salt Lake City. If you don't know, I moved out here. And tomorrow is Monday. So I'm going to probably jump on later in the evening tomorrow, but hopefully not this late. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday and Let me know if you catch the replay. What are your thoughts about emotions? How do you deal with emotional well-being? What are your tips and tools and tricks? And I can't wait to hear from you. All right, have a good one. Bye. Mwah. Much love.